Good morning, children. Hello, this is Ma'am Feb. I am your teacher today in Mathematics 4. Are you ready for a video lesson in math? Then, get your ball pen or pencil and notebook where you can write the things that we are going to learn in our lesson. Let's start our activity with a warm-up. Do you want it? What are you going to do is to supply the needed number to complete the number sentence. It's just an easy exercise. Answer them quickly as I flash the number sentence. Get ready. Did you get all the answers? Very good. Can you still remember your past lesson regarding properties of operations? These different property operations will help us in finding the missing numbers or terms in an equation. What are you going to do is to identify the properties of operations. Number 1. 0 times 1 equals 0. What kind of property is this? Yes, 0 property. Number 2. 2 times 3 equals 3 times 2. What kind of property is this? Right, the answer is commutative property. Number 3. 1 times 5 equals 5. What kind of property is this? Correct, identity property. Number 4. 2 plus the quantity of 4 plus 5 equals the quantity of 2 plus 4 plus 5. What kind of property is this? Good, associative property. And number 5. 3 times the quantity of 2 plus 4 equals the quantity of 3 times 2 plus the quantity of 3 times 4. What kind of property is this? Correct, distributive property of multiplication over addition. Now I will show you a picture of a bicycle. Then observe if what are the missing parts of the bicycle. Yes, you are right. The missing part of the bicycle are the wheels. Do you think this bicycle can run without the wheel? Of course not. So what will we do then? Yes, we are going to supply the missing parts to make it complete. Very good. You are really very observant. Our lesson for today is about finding the missing number in an equation involving properties of operations. Okay, children, listen attentively as we go on with our lesson. This time, I'll present to you a problem. This is the problem. Raphael is tasked to find the missing numbers in the following equations. He had already tried to find the missing numbers for almost an hour, but still he cannot find it. These are the equations. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Who is assigned to do the work? Yes, Raphael. What is the task of Raphael? The task of Raphael is to find the missing numbers in the equations. How do we find the missing numbers in an equation? By the way, children, what is an equation? An equation is a mathematical sentence stating that two things are equal and they are separated by an equal sign. Like this, 31 plus 4 equals 35. Okay, let's help him to find the missing numbers. But before that, listen attentively as I do the test first on how to find the missing numbers in an equation. First example, 45 plus 80 equals 80 plus the missing number. What property of operations does it involve? The answer is, it involves commutative property of addition. The order of the addends does not affect the sum. Then, what is the missing number? The answer is 45. Next example, 12 times 2 equals missing number times 12. What property of operations does this equation involve? The answer is, it involves commutative property of multiplication. What is the missing number? The missing number is 2. Let's have another problem. The quantity of 13 plus 6 plus 5 equals 13 plus the quantity of the missing number plus the missing number. This example is by groupings. What property of operations does it involve? This kind of equation involves associative property. What are the missing numbers? The missing numbers are 6 and 5. Let's evaluate the equation if 6 and 5 are correct. Look and listen carefully as I do the process. 13 plus 6 plus 5 equals 13 plus the quantity of 6 plus 5. So add the numbers inside the parentheses. 19 plus 5 equals 13 plus 11. 19 plus 5 equals 24, and 13 plus 11 is also 24. Did you get it? What operations used in the equation? The answer is addition. Let's move to another example, but this time the operation that we are going to use is multiplication. The quantity of 3 times 2 times 4 equals missing number times the quantity of the missing number times 4. The quantity of 3 times 2 times 4 equals 3 times the quantity of 2 times 4. 6 times 4 equals 3 times 8. So 6 times 4 equals 24 and 3 times 8 equals 24. What property involved in the equation? Associative property. Are you still with me? Okay, next example. The equation is 48 plus the missing number equals 48. What number can we add to 48 that it will give us also 48? The answer is 0. So therefore, 48 plus 0 equals 48. This equation shows identity property. It means that any number added to 0, the answer is the number itself. I have here another example of identity property. I will use this time multiplication. The equation is 369 times the missing number equals 369. What can we multiply to 369 that it will give the same number as 369? The answer is 1. So the missing term or number is 1. This means any number multiplied by 1 will give the same number. Next example, 39 times the missing number equals 0. What property does this equation involve? Yes, it involves 0 property. What is the missing number? The missing number is 0. It means that any number multiplied by 0, the answer is always 0. Let's have our last example. Observe and listen carefully for the next problem that I will show you. This equation will show how to find the missing number involving distributive property of multiplication over addition. Example, 20 times the quantity of 3 plus 4 is equal to the quantity of 20 times the missing number plus the quantity of 20 times the missing number. What we are going to do is multiply 20 times 3 and multiply 20 times 4. Then add the two terms like this. The quantity of 20 times 3 plus the quantity of 20 times 4. Then perform the operations in its expression. 20 times the quantity 3 plus 4 equals 20 times 3 plus the quantity 20 times 4. So 20 times 7 is equal to 140 equals 60 plus 80 equals 140. So therefore, the missing numbers 3 and 4 are correct. Did you follow me? Can you still spare your time with me? Then we will proceed to the next activity, which I know that you will enjoy and have fun. Do you think Raphael can do the test with us now? So let's help together find the missing numbers in the following equations that were given to him. Please don't forget to consider the different properties of operations. We can also evaluate the equations by performing the operations in its expressions. First equation. What property of operations does the equation show? The answer? Associative property. What do you think is the missing number? Yes, 24. How did you know that your answer is correct? by identifying the property of operations used and perform the operations in its expressions. Good try! Next equation. What property of operations used in this equation? Correct, distributive property. What are the missing numbers? Yes, 2 and 20. Let's evaluate if your answers are correct. Are they equal? Very good, you got it right. Let's proceed to another problem. 8 plus 7 equals missing number plus 8. What do you think is the missing term? Yes, the answer is 7. Why? Because the equation shows commutative property wherein the order of the addends will not affect the sum. Oh, that's a very good answer. Next equation. What do you think is the missing number? Your answer is 1. Why 1? The missing number is 1 because the equation used identity property of 1. It means any number multiplied by 1 will give the number itself. So you are doing good now. Let's have the last problem. 75 times the missing number equals 0. Can you give the missing number? What is it? The answer is 0. Why your answer is 0? What property does the equation show? Correct, 0 property. It means that any number multiplied by 0, the answer is always 0. Very good, you have done a good job. Do you think Raphael did the task right as we did it? Let us see if you can do it now on your own. Find the missing numbers and equations below. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Now, let us check your answers. Here are the answers. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. And number 5. Did you get all the correct answers? If you did, then great! You've done a good job! What are the things to be remembered in finding the missing numbers in an equation? What is an equation? An equation states equality of two expressions separated by an equal sign. What help you find the missing numbers in an equation? The different properties of operations help us find the missing number in an equation. How can we evaluate an equation? We can evaluate an equation by performing the operations in its expression. Now let us see if you have really mastered the skills that you have learned in today's lesson. What are you going to do is you supply the missing numbers of the following equations below. I will give you 3 minutes to answer them, and after that, you may check your own paper, but please be honest. Are you ready to answer? Your 3-minute time starts now. You have still 10 seconds left. Let us check your answers. Remember, be honest in checking, okay? Here are the answers. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. Did you get all the correct answers? If you did, then excellent! That's all for our lesson today. This is again Mom Feb saying goodbye. Hope you enjoyed and learned a lot. Stay at home, keep safe. Thank you for sparing your time with me. God bless us all.